Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to the last in-depth candle review of the day. If you missed the first 3 in-depth reviews, I will list and link them in the description box right below this video here. All of the candles in today's reviews are from Kringle, 2 from the Reserve line and 2 from the Holiday 2024 Classic Jar Collection. This Winter Iris is the last review that I have to get done. I do have everything now added to the Kringle, Country Candle, and Reserve playlist on my main page. If you missed any of those in-depth reviews, you can find them all there. There's, like I said, an entire playlist for Kringle candles, so always be sure to check that out if you are looking for a review on a specific fragrance. That particular playlist has a lot of videos in it now, so if there's a fragrance that you're curious about, I bet that I have a review of it, so be sure to check that out. But let's finish it off today with this absolutely beautiful Winter Iris. Now, here's the thing about this one. I obviously have not burned it very much. I am still in the beginning stages of this one because I don't really burn a lot of florals during the holidays. In fact, florals are probably my least favorite during this time of the year. But here's the thing about this fragrance. It's a really beautiful, perfect, just stunning floral. And if you are already kind of thinking about what to burn after the holidays or as we start to transition into spring, I would actually encourage you to check out this one and pick it up during the sales that are either happening now or if it ends up being clearanced out towards the end of the year. I'm telling you, this is one that floral lovers need to check out. I also like that the design on this one isn't overly holiday or Christmas-like, if you will. So I think this is going to be the perfect fragrance for me to transition to during the month of January. So I'm really kind of saving this one for then, to be perfectly honest. But if you enjoy a beautiful floral around the holidays, you might want to snag this one now. It is available in the daylights as well as the wax melts. So if you just want to sample this one, you can do that. Just go to the website that is linked in the description box. You can pop either the wax melts or the daylight for this into your cart. You can also add my discount code and see if that will save you an additional 15%. Let's dig into the scent description here, read through the fragrance notes. I'll tell you what my nose smells. We'll talk about the strength and throw, and then any, I guess we could say, initial burn issues, which there really aren't any. This candle has burned just fine for the first few times that I have sampled it. I typically don't feel comfortable reviewing candles until I have burned them at least a third or halfway down. I'm making an exception with this one because I typically have a pretty good experience with the Kringle 2-wick classic jars. The country candles will still give me issues here and there, and obviously we've had a couple of lighter performances with some of the holiday candles this year from Kringle, but that is not the case with this one. If this one was going to be light, I think it would have been light from the get-go, just like the other fragrances were. So I'm confident in this one. So we're just gonna dive right in. Okay, Winter Iris. Shimmering notes of soft iris blossom and sugared violet combine with dark fruits amid a smooth base of pristine vanilla and white amber. The top notes are floral and violet. The mid notes are tuberose and fruit. The base is vanilla and sandalwood. Okay, let's start with the top notes here. First of all, I do smell a really sweet violet in here. I don't really actually smell any other floral notes with the exception of the tuberose that is listed in the mid notes. So this is kind of a blend of a sweet violet and a sweet tuberose. I'm trying to remember which of the Halloween scents. Was it the Moody Witch with a Broomstick? I think that was the one that had tuberose in it. So if you had that fragrance and you don't actually know what tuberose is, and you've never smelled it, but you've smelled that fragrance, that's tuberose. Now, I feel like the tuberose that's in here is a little bit different, and it might be that it's combined with the violet that's making the difference here, but this tuberose is very sweet. It's also not quite as aggressive as the tuberose was in that Halloween scent. I think it's kind of mellowed out by that fruit note. By the way, I think the fruit they're referencing here, it really kind of smells like there is a little touch of like a raspberry, maybe even a strawberry in here. And it's not so much like the raspberry and the strawberry itself, but like more of like the sweetness that come along with those two. It's like a berry type of sweetness that is added in here to my nose. It's great. Listen, this is a floral that I can absolutely get behind because it almost smells a little bit like a candied floral in a way because it is so sweet. But then that vanilla and the sandalwood come in at the base, and I tell you what, that just is the perfect way to mellow these florals out just a touch. And it just creates such a soft, almost powdery effect to these florals here. This is a beautiful scent, you guys. It does smell a little perfumey to my nose. I feel like most florals kind of tend to go that way. But this one here, I think it's a little bit more subtle, but it's just a very pretty, slightly powdery, sweeter floral, and it is lovely. I actually, just this morning when I was doing a delivery to a private school event in downtown Portland, they had a lot of irises that they requested in their arrangements that were supposed to go on the stage. And like I definitely stuck my nose in the irises this morning because I was like, I wonder if there are some irises that do have a scent to them. We used several different types, and honestly, none of them really smelled like very much to me. So iris doesn't really have a scent, but I can tell you that tuberose actually does, as well as violet. And if you like those two floral notes, you're really gonna enjoy this one. It's a pretty label, it's a pretty name, but I wouldn't expect this to smell like an iris because, like I said, most irises don't really have much of a powerful floral scent to them. So they kind of smell a little green to my nose, and I don't really smell any green in this fragrance here. So the fragrance overall, I love it. I think it's beautiful. I actually would like more of this. And I'm really looking forward to lighting this one up a little bit more frequently once the holidays are over. This is gonna be a great transitional fragrance for me because I never really know what to burn right after the holidays, but this is a good one. Also, the performance, you guys, it has been lovely with this one. The strength, I would say, is definitely somewhere between a 7 and an 8. I am just obviously starting out with this one, and they do tend to be a little bit more potent at first. So I bet this is going to settle somewhere around a 7 by the time that it gets to the midpoint. The throw, at this point, I would put it at a solid 7. Absolutely fills the room where I'm burning it, starts to travel outside of that area. And so much so that I have to be mindful about what I'm burning alongside of this. And honestly, right now, nothing that I am burning is blending with this at all, which is why I'm gonna set this one to the side until we are done with the holiday season here. There have been no burn issues. The wicks are doing great. Once this wax pool really gets going, I just lit this about a half hour ago after coming home from work. So there isn't a full wax pool yet, but it gives me a solid inch. There has obviously been no discoloration with the wax yet. We'll go ahead and take a look, but you can see here that it is burning extremely well. There is no discoloration in that wax pool at all. And it's a really clean burning candle. So while there have been a couple of holiday fragrances that have had some issues in terms of strength and throw, I can tell you this one is performing like the usual Kringle 2-wick burn experience that I expect. So anyway, for what it's worth, I really like this one. And like I said, if you are a fan of florals, I think you're really gonna enjoy this one. If you're at all hesitant about it, pick it up in the daylights, pick it up in the wax melts, and then if you like it, maybe think about stocking up at the after Christmas sale and just bring a few of these home so that you can enjoy them in the winter and in the spring. But definite 2 thumbs up for me, and this is coming from someone who really is not necessarily the biggest fan of florals, despite being a florist. But I've said this before, flowers remind me of work, so I don't ever want anyone to gift me flowers. That's always the worst. Never give a florist flowers. Craig knows better at this point, so he never brings me home flowers, and that makes me really happy. But yeah, if you are a fan of flowers, I think you're really gonna like this one, especially if you like the sweeter florals. Let me know if you have any questions. I so appreciate you guys tuning in for these reviews today. If you found this video helpful, definitely give it a big thumbs up for the algorithm. Share this with anyone who might be interested in the fragrance. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.